You're live.
Hi everyone, welcome to our Friday IQ designer lesson. So last week I made a mess of it.
Oh,
Uh,
wrong one.
I just,
There
I
we
didn't
go.
even do it right or anything last week. So I said, this week I'm coming back and I have a better way to do the shirt. But on Instagram, people that I follow are selling shirts that say mommy, and then the grandchildren are down the sleeve. And so I thought I wanted to show you how to take a large font and turn it into an applique in IQ Designer. You are not going to believe how easy it is, and there's not as many steps as I normally have. Let me tell you how many steps. Oh, it's 2 pages, but 71 steps. So those of you that have been with me for a while know I have some projects that are almost 300 steps. So this one is very, very easy. So we're gonna make this, but first, I'm looking for embroidery blanks. So embroidery blanks are something that has room to embroider. So I found this top and I absolutely love it. It's exactly the way I want it. It runs large. So this is a medium and it's really roomy. I normally, like if I go to Talbot's, I usually take a large, and sometimes the large is a little too big and I'll go down to a medium, but most of the time medium is too small for me. This is a medium and there is plenty of room, which is the way I like it. I love the length. Don't you? I love the length, and I love that it has a pocket, and it's a real working pocket with a buttonhole, so it's really cute. 95% cotton, so very, very comfortable. It is French terry, and I like the length of the sleeves too. You know, I'm really, really comfortable in this. So we are going to start selling items of clothing that are ready to embroider. So PJ loaded into the selection today some other items, but I think that's what we want. We want to decorate clothing and give them as gifts. So this makes a perfect gift. So, and I think this would look really cute. I think I would do it. So PJ, if you could put the camera towards
Sure.
this shirt. So I think this one doesn't open itself up to doing a big name on it, but I think just what Mary Lou and Kathy did. So I would put GAM, going right around the collar, okay, right around the ribbing, and then I would do the kids' names on the sleeve. So just something a little more subtle than our other one, but I love our other one. So I did wear this to pick the kids up at aftercare at their school. And when I walked in, the lady asked me my name, and I said, "I'm Gam." So, and they knew I was coming, and then Kate and Kelly came running, "Gam, Gam!" So they knew that they were mine. So I had to wear it for them. So now there's a couple things that I didn't do right. Okay, so my friend Linda Carlson came to the quilt show. She said, "Gloria, you hooping yesterday was painful." And I said, "Linda, how do you do this?" She stayed at the quilt show with me and taught me how she marks a sweatshirt and how she hoops it. So I'm going to share that information with you. It is much easier. And so this is IQ Designer, Grandma's sweatshirt, but better. Better, because wait till you see how easy it is this time. Okay. So just remember this: the tops come in small, medium, large, and extra large. But really, I would call they run large. So definitely this medium has plenty of room for me. So like I'm thinking the extra large is really more like an extra large. We'll open one. Did you bring over an extra large? We'll open one later and show them how big it is.
Yeah,
So
we have an extra large.
yeah, okay. So we'll open it up so they can see. They can judge it. Okay. Now, so I'm going to wake up my machine, and I have the GAM in there, okay? So what I did is I filled the letters with a fancy fill, and I really like that look. You know how we love our fancy fill. So you can hardly see it there, but you can see it. It just adds to it, doesn't it? So, but this time I am not going to use light blue thread. I am going to use more like it's a navy blue, but it's kind of leans towards the royal blue. In fact, here's the thread color right here that I'm going to use with it. So it is the blue that we use on Wander Lane. So if you bought our Wander Lane thread set, that Salem blue is the blue that we really like. Okay, now, so I'm just going to clear the screen and get started. You know what? You saw me do GAM. But, you know, that's easy because it's only 3 letters. But I was thinking I could set up Noni because that's what Joni's grandchildren call her. So that would be Noanie. So the size. So let's do GAM first. It's going to go really quick. And then I'll do Noni. All right. So we'll do a different size letter and then you can see how it's done. Okay. So I'm just going to go home. Okay. And where I'm going to start is in IQ Designer. Now, do you need me to
I'll
turn?
No, you're good. You're
If
good.
I go,
I can shift over.
Okay.
Yeah, there's good. Right there.
Yeah, they can see.
Yeah, right there. There's a little bit of a reflection. There we go.
Yeah, I think they'll be able to see.
I think so.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to start out in embroidery. So embroidery. Now we're getting glare on
Let's
the.
see.
Do you think it's from the lighting?
It could be. I put in new bulbs in the.
Yeah, we could turn off the lights and see how it looks.
Let's see.
But maybe it won't bother them.
Yeah, it's from the door, I guess, is what we're seeing.
Are we seeing the door?
Yeah,
we
let me see if I can get a better
yeah.
angle here for you. If I come over this way, this has worked before. If I come
Oh,
over
that's
like,
perfect.
just like
That's
that.
perfect.
Okay,
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'll just scoot up in my chair.
All right.
And I think that's perfect.
Good.
Okay, good. No glare. Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Okay. Okay, so our first letter, so I went home and then I went to an embroidery. Okay, go to menu 4, which is your large letters. So, and the font that I like for turning into the applique is these 03, which I call varsity letters. Okay, I'm going to find my first initial, which is G. So I'm going to just scroll up, pick the G, set it, click on Edit, and you will see the flower button. So click on the flower, and that creates a shape around it. Okay, so it's doing an outline, and I want the inside. Well, this one won't matter. There's no inside of the letter, but when I get to the A, it will matter. So I'll show you that then. But memory, and here, recall from IQ Designer stamp pattern list. It's just telling us where it's being saved. So really, it's if they would use our language, it would say saved in the shapes button. So saved in the shapes button, okay. So now I'm going to get my next letter. So we're going to delete this one. Okay. Next letter. So menu 4. Varsity letters again. Letter A. Set. And then edit. Flower. Now this time I have to have the inside on. So click on and you'll see that it's forming in the outline inside that letter A. So memory, saved in this under with the shapes button. Okay. Now delete this one. Okay. Menu 4 for large letters. Varsity letters, that's the menu 03. And then I'm going to put in the M. So M, set, edit, the flower. This one doesn't have anything inside, so I'm just going to leave it off. Then memory, it's telling me it's saved with the shapes. Okay. All right, so I saved all the letters. That's what you do first. Every one of your letters, save them. All right, now I'm going to go home, okay, and go into IQ Designer. So IQ Designer. Now shapes. So remember, that's where my letters are saved. Okay, one thing, decide what size hoop you want to use. So I kind of decided that I didn't want my letters to be any bigger than 10 inches wide. So I decided to use a 6 by 10 hoop. So go up to settings and then go frame size. Now mine's already there, but if yours isn't, click on the arrow and there's all your hoop sizes. So 6 1/4 by 10 1/4 and okay. So that gives me the outline. I'm going to need that later. All right, so you're going to click on the shapes button here, shapes button, the flower, and then here's my letters. Now I've done it a couple times, so you'll see mine in here more than once, but I'm going to pick my first letter, G, okay. I want to rotate it, so rotate 90 degrees, and I'm going to move it down. And at this point, I'm not worried about the size. In fact, I know it's too big. So then, okay. Now, again, go into the shapes button. That's the circle and the square, the flower. Now the letter A, okay. Then rotate again, 90 degrees. Okay, I'm just going to leave that one there. Okay, then okay. Shapes button again. So each time you're going to do the same thing to get your letters. Shapes button, flower, the letter M, okay. Rotate 90 degrees and move this one up. I'm kind of looking at it. I can see my A, but it's kind of hard to see. I bet, yeah, so I almost wish they would make these a little bigger, but I'm just looking at my distance here, distance from the A to the M, and my distance from the G to the A, and my G is much closer. I kind of like the distance with the A and the M, so I'm going to click outside. I want to select the G, so I'm going to go to the select button down here, which is the square that has a dotted line. Press select, magic wand, click on the G to select it, and then I need to move it. So move buttons are hidden underneath the size and the rotate buttons. So I'm going to click on size and just move that down a little until I like the spacing. You may want to turn your grid on. So you see, I'm just going to eye judge it. And so I'm here to here. I'm looking good. Maybe just a little closer. So you just decide when you like what you see. Okay, so now, okay, so I'm going to click outside the letters so nothing is selected. So I'm just going to click on the screen where nothing is selected. Okay, now we can see my letters, and I can see the outline of my hoop, and I can tell it is way too big. So let's go, let's say okay, and so I want to select all the letters. So I'm going to click on the square at the bottom right next to memory. So it's a square with the dotted line. Click on that square, and I'm going to click and drag a box around. I like using a mouse. I do better with that. So I'm going to click in the upper left corner, and it doesn't matter how much you select. If you select too much, it's going to be fine. I just want to form a box around all three of the letters and release my mouse. And it's got this feature that I think they call it snap to it. So it conforms to the size of the object that you've selected. So that's a really nice feature. So before, if I formed a big box around it, it registered the size as the size of my square. So this is a feature that you get on the Solaris. So, okay, so now I'm going to click on size, and I want to reduce the size and keep it in proportion. So I'm not going to go to my keypad for this one. I'm just going to shrink it down, and I like to give it just a little bit of room, especially when I'm working with bulky items like sweatshirts. So my hoop is 10 1/4. So I like to make it a maximum of 9.75 or 9 3/4. So I'm just going to shrink that down. I'm holding down the key. And when I see it get down to the close to, oh, I went to a little too small. So I'm going to go 9, right around 9 3/4. I mean, really, you're fine if you're even close. So let's say, you know what, I like what I see right here. The 9.68 by, and the height is 4.20. I think I am going to write those numbers down. So whatever you end up with, write them down. Okay, now, so I shrink proportionately so it fits in my hoop. Okay, it's not in the center. Let's go down and put it in the center. So the center button is, on the size key, and it's this dot in the center, and you click on that. But look at that, it isn't changing it. Okay, so see, I've got it selected, but it isn't moving it. I'm not going to worry about that now. Okay, we'll worry about that later. Okay, so how do I want to sew it? What do I need? First, I need a placement line, so I know where to lay my fabric. Then I need a tack down line. Then I need my satin stitch. So I need a tack down, then I'm going to take it out, snip away the excess fabric, and then put it back into the machine, and I'm going to do the satin stitch around it. So the first thing I need is the straight stitch. So I'm going to say okay to size here, and I'm going to go to line properties. So it looks like a piece of paper, and it has a line underneath it. Notice down below, there's a piece of paper with a filled in square. So that's fill properties. Up here is line properties. So line properties is how do I want the machine to sew out that line? Well, I want a straight stitch, and I'm following along with my directions. So I went with red. You want to pick a color that you see the change. Okay. Then line bucket. And then you're going to click on all the lines to turn them red. So remember, you're going to have the inside of the A. So I had to do 4 clicks in order to turn all of these letters. So, and then okay. And then, okay. So memory, I need this later. I need this later in order to form my satin stitch. So you have to remember at this point to go memory, save on the machine. So that was step 24. PJ is going to publish the directions right when the show is over because they're almost ready. I just need to make a couple changes. Okay, so next, so we need to go into embroidery. We have to go all the way into embroidery with each one of the steps. Now this is the straight stitch, and its default is at 0.080. I know from doing this that that's a 2-stitch length. So that's fine with me. I'm just going to leave it. It's just a placement line. So set. Oh, it's warning you. Did you save this? Yes, we did. So we're okay. If not, I would cancel and I would go back and save. So, okay. Now edit. I need another one. So I have, let's see if it will. Okay, let's go edit, move, and center. This time it moved to center. Okay, so edit, then copy. It's right below rotate, and it's a solid square with a dotted square. That's copy. Click on that and you'll see another one. But it's not one on top of the other, and that's what I need. So I'm going to go to, I can either go to size or move, so it won't matter, and then center it. And you'll see it went one on top of the other. So I have, so let's press edit, and let's press edit again, and you will see I have 2 of them. So I have my placement line and my tack down line. Now I need to go back into IQ Designer and create my satin stitch. So we're going to click on add. So I'm going to make sure I call out the step numbers every once in a while. So that was step number 33. So add IQ Designer, pocket with the arrow pointing out. That's where your things are saved. So pocket with the arrow pointing out, select your name. Here's mine. Okay, I did it a couple times, so that's why it's in here. So, okay. Okay, now I want a fancy fill. So let's go fill it. So we're going to go to fill properties, then circle button. So the circle fill, that opens up a new screen. Press select, and all of your built-in fancy fills are in here. And we have a wonderful selection of fancy fills. There's so many in here that I never used. And you know, some of them I say, oh, I don't like that one. And then I see somebody use it and it's wonderful. So all these fancy fills are absolutely wonderful. So me, I would select something that's like curly and fancy. So I would select, oh, like this one right here, 013. But you know, the one that I saved previously, I did do the lattice with the star. I love that one. So every one of these are really, really neat. Every single one of them. Okay, so I'm going to select that one. Okay, so okay. And then we're going to select a color. So right now, my letters are red, and easy to see change will be green. So that's why I picked green. I want to see the change. If I was red letters and I picked pink, it would be really hard to see that you clicked on it and you changed it. So try to pick a color that's kind of opposite or obvious that you've made the change. So green, okay. Fill bucket. So here's my fill bucket, and you can see a picture of the fill is right on the screen. So fill bucket, and you're going to click inside each letter to fill it. There, the A, the G, click inside each letter to fill it. Then we're going to go to line properties. So line properties, I want it to be a zigzag, which is the default. It's already selected. So zigzag and blue. So there again, I'm in green, and I thought maybe this blue would be easy to see. So blue, okay. Line bucket. So here's the bucket, and it's red right now, and I'm going to click on it, and you can see that it's turned to blue. So again, go the A. Remember the inside. So if you have an R, a P, an A, you're going to have an inside. So then the G. So I can see there's no more red there, so I'm good. And then I'm going to click on next. Okay, it's going to think a second. I did not change the size of the fancy fill, but at this point you could. If you wanted to play around with the size, you would change it from 100% to like 120 or down to 80, whatever you want to do. But all I want to change is the satin stitch. Now, right now, look at your screen. I'm going to go to 200, see if we can see it. Oh, it's hard to see. Let's go back to 100. But I can see right here that there's only a red box around the M. And I want to change everything, all the satin stitch to the same number. So I'm going to first go to the select buttons up here, the arrows, and I'm going to click on I'm going to go with the arrow pointing to the right and keep clicking on it until the satin stitch appears. Here it is. I'm going to link them all together, which means they're going to change all of them at once. So link them all together. Okay, now 0.080 is a 2, but I have no idea what a 4 is. It seems like we really like 4 with the stitch width. Oh, I wish I would have Deb and Tommy's quilt that they are working for the Shop Hop. Yeah. But Deb wants Tommy to increase the size. So wait till you see it.
Wait till you see it.
Oh my goodness. I emailed it. They're using 3 Wishes fabric, and I emailed a picture of what they had done so far to someone at 3 Wishes, and they went crazy over it. Crazy. And so it's like so exciting. And Deb is just so excited about it because she created it. And they are going to, once she is done with her sample, they're going to feature on their social media pages. So that all of the blocks are embroidered. They are not pieced. So we feel like we are pulling all the embroiderers into quilting, sure. And they are loving it. Wait till you see this quilt, so it's so exciting. But anyhow, both she and I said we wish the stitch width on the embroidered blocks was 4. So I was afraid the quilters wouldn't like that, but they like that really pretty satin stitch just like we do. But I can't tell from here, the 0.080, I can't tell from here what that's going to be. So I want to go up to settings. That's up at the top, and it looks like a piece of paper. So go to settings, and then I'm going to go to page 9 of 12, and I'm going to change it from inches, so I see inches, to millimeters, and then OK. So here it's changed it to millimeters, and that's the way our machines are. They're in millimeters. So I know a 2-stitch width isn't very wide. We like a wider stitch width just in case we aren't good at trimming close. The 4 millimeter wide will cover in case we trimmed away our letter a little bit crooked. It's going to cover it. So I'm going to click on the 2 and plus it up to 4. Okay, then press OK. Now density. And here's where I thought the quilters wouldn't like it, but I'm hearing from the quilters that they do like it. So density, you don't have much choice here. It goes from 100% to 110. And that's just going to bring those satin stitches closer together. And I'm going to get a beautiful solid line. Our baby locks do the most beautiful satin stitch. So I went from 100% to 110, which is going to make the density closer together, and we're going to like that solid line. Okay, so there, I'll press set, which is step 63. Okay. Remember, we already saved what we needed. Look, it's not one on top of the other. So again, we need to go into, so I did not write this step down. Okay, so from here, set OK. Now I need to go to size. Okay, edit. Oh, no, edit. I'm writing it down. And yours will be corrected. So edit, size, and go down to center. Edit, size, then center. Okay, so now I can see that everything is one on top of the other. If I want to zoom in and check it, I can go from 100%. Let's go to 400. Okay, now I can see, it's hard to see, but I can see a straight stitch going right down the center of my satin stitch. So I know that straight stitch is my tack down line, and I can see that my satin stitch is going to cover it. But I think as long as you press that center button, it's going to put one for all 3 steps. Let's say you forgot to do it. You can go down to these select buttons and select center. There's only 3 steps, so select center and select center. So if you looked and things aren't one on top of the other, you can go back and do it at this step. So we're good. So we're just going to say, OK, memory, save on the machine. Okay? So that's it. That's it. I am ready to sew. It's wonderful.
Well, there's some good questions in the chat here, and maybe some good ideas of like what could you use? Maybe vinyl, or could you do puffy foam? But So maybe
you could.
We should do like a Q&A after, and
we'll go over that.
But let's do this first.
Yeah. Okay. Now, should I do my sleeve while I'm here?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, the letters on the sleeve. Okay, so I wanted to show everybody what I did, and everybody at the quilt show said, no, it's fine, and I said, I don't like it at all. Okay, so I did the letters, and they're too small for me. Everybody said, oh, no, they don't want it any bigger. But I don't like that the letters go narrow. So I don't like that. So I decided to pick a different font than the one I used here. Okay, now the other problem is when I put my sleeve on, I'm just going to put my sleeve in. I think you'll get the idea. Okay, I got my sleeve in. Look where my names are. So this was so wrong, wasn't it? It's all rumpled here. No one can see those names. So I think I would put my sweatshirt on, and I want it I'm right-handed. I want it on my right hand. And when I go reach for something, I want it like right here. So I would put on my sweatshirt and I would mark where I want it. Like even I would just draw with a pen or a chalk marker where I want the center to be, and I want it within this area. Don't end up where mine is. What a disappointment, right? Yes. So, okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go in, and we saved this, and let's go in and do the letters. Okay. So are you, okay, I'm going to scoot up so you can get in a position to not have glare again. So.
New space and new challenges.
Yes,
here, so.
yeah, but everything's good. There, right? Isn't his, like, the camera work is so much better than 3 months ago, right?
Well,
so
I think Steve is doing a great job with what he had at his resources. Yeah,
right, he did. Yeah. I know but it is so much better now. So we're really, really excited about everything. So we love that our numbers are growing, and it is fun. Like, so many people send us thank you notes saying, I had this machine and I never learned how to use it. That is so frustrating, you know? Like, they bought a very expensive machine and they're doing the same old thing on it. And yet these machines have so much in them. So I'm glad everybody's tuning in every week to learn something new. We've been teaching IQ Designer for 3 years, and we have not run out of ideas, new ideas. We come up with new ideas all the time. And so, you know, it's never going to end. And that's what you want in a machine. You don't want a machine that you've stopped learning. You want a machine that, like, every week you discover something new that your machine can do, because that's really fun, really fun. Okay, all right, so we saved this, so I'm good. I don't remember whether I saved it or not, so I better go memory, save on the machine. Okay, now I'm gonna go home. Okay, go to embroidery, menu 3, the fonts. And okay, so the font that I use.
Just get into position.
Okay. You go all right. Further. He's getting into position. Yeah. And I could scoot aside if you need me to.
Come over just another inch. Okay, there we go.
But the font that I used was the new one, which I thought it would be cool, but I think in bigger letters it would be cool. So I thought it'd be cute. You know, my Kate is just 8, and she writes kind of like this, and Kelly writes kind of like this. So it's a kid's font. And so I thought that would be really cute. So, but we can edit that and change it and try out different fonts. So first one I'm going to put in is the letter K. All right. And, oh, look at this. I'm in millimeters. I want to see it in inches. So we're going to go up to settings and page 9 of 12, from millimeters to inches. Okay. Okay. So that letter is almost an inch tall, and I'm going to have 5 lines, and we also have another baby on the way. So when that baby is born, I need to add another name to my sweatshirt. And so I think that size is too big. So I'm going to go down to the bottom where it says LMS. I'm going to click on the button, and that's going to switch it to medium size. So I think that's what I'm going to go with. Let's see if I go to like maybe 150. Okay, I think that's going to be easier to see. Okay, so I'm going to go to lowercase, then Katie, K-H. She likes being called Katie, so I've always called her Kate, and so I'm going to switch that to Katie now. I want the next line to be Kelly, so I'm going to go to the capitals and K, then lowercase, and then E. Oh, where's my L? Right there. L-L-Y. Then return. So this is like the return button to go to the next line. Then the next one born was Gray. So capital G. Gray's coming home from Disney World today. They don't want to come home. I told PJ, Gray is at the perfect age to go. He turned 4 in February, and he believes everything is real. And I don't think at 5 that they'll, he thinks those dinosaurs are real dinosaurs, and he thinks Mickey Mouse is real. He does.
Last time
And
he
I
was
think
a little too young.
Yeah, he was a little too young. Yeah. What was he like, 2?
Oh, he loved the pool.
The pool.
Probably
Oh,
more
better than
park.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So okay. Look I spelled gray wrong. Oh no.
Gary.
So I gotta Gary. I was talking too much. So I'm gonna go delete. Okay, now I'm gonna go gray. Gray. Wouldn't I die if I spelled their name wrong? Like, damn. Get with it. Okay, then return. Next one born was James. Now they call him Buddy. They do. They call him Buddy. It's really cute. I think I should put Buddy.
What did they call? I thought they called him Jim.
Jimmy. Well, I call him Jimmy.
Jimmy.
But I'm the only one.
Buddy.
Let's put Buddy. I told Kathy about Father Knows Best, which they had. The oldest son was Bud. And I have a feeling they called him Buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we'll put Buddy because that's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. B, and then lowercase, and then U, then D, Y. They say, hey, bud. It's so cute. Okay. Then return, and then Avery, PJ's little girl. So capital letters, A, then lowercase, A, V, whoop, E, R. I guess this would probably be faster to just use my fingers. Okay, Averie. Okay, so let's set that. All right, so set. Now the numbers that are here are showing me how big I think how big the one name is. Maybe it's all of them. Let's check. So, no, maybe it would have to be, because 2.5, no, it's all the names. And I'm just looking at it. Now, I guess the spacing's good, but I just wanted to show you that you could change the spacing. So if I go click on spacing, all right, and then, now this would pull the letters farther apart and bring them closer together. That's not the spacing I want. So I would like, let me see what else. Array spacing. Oh, this is when I need Steve. And Steve's been so busy all day selling sewing machines, hasn't he? Okay, so I thought there would be spacing up and down. We'll have to find out from Steve. But I guess, it actually looks pretty good. Okay, so set. So that's how. So just remember that you have a return button. So you can do multiple lines. But let's say, oh, I don't know about that font. Okay, let's say if I can return. Let's go to edit. Now it's selected them all. And it looks like I cannot edit the font at this point. Oh, I needed to go back, and it does not have the back button. So, but let's see if I group them together and group. This is when I need Steve, because I always forget. Okay, then okay. And I still can't change the font. I think multiple letters. Let's select again. No, nope. So I cannot change the font at this point. But if I had done it in the previous screen, so I went one too far, and there's a button that shows like 3-letter T's, and that's showing you that at that point I could have changed the font. Okay, so now, here's Steve. I'm going to put you on the spot with a question, unless you're too busy. No, you're not too busy? Okay. Okay, so I went all the way to embroidery, and I would like to change the font, but it's grayed out.
So you want to change all the font at once?
Yeah. Can I do that, or maybe not?
I think you have to do them individually, but you can do it though.
Okay, you can do it individually. Yep. Okay, so if I group and
let's see. That's okay. We do that. Go back to the group.
This one.
Hit OK.
Okay.
And then touch this one up here.
That one.
Yep. No, T doesn't come into play. No.
No.
So you do them individually.
Individually.
Yep.
Okay. But if I had done it in the previous screen, it would have changed them all.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So let's go here. And I just want one of them selected.
There you go.
Mm.
Hit OK again.
Hit OK.
Undo that block. The
This
up
one
here.
right here?
Undo this one.
This one. Okay, right here.
There you go.
There. Okay. Now still, if I just click on the name.
Click in the white space. See if it unselects
In the white
it.
space. Oh, there we
there you
go.
go.
So now I can change the font, but I would have to do each one separately. So here's the previous screen. So that if I had been on the previous screen, I can't select them all at this point, can I? So I go here and I can try out different fonts, but I would have to do each one separate. And I really like this font, so I'm going to stick with it.
Okay.
So we're going to go back to this number 11. There it is, and OK. Okay, how about changing the spacing in between and stretching it just a little bigger? I clicked on spacing, but it's only, making it wider.
How did you put them in? Did you put the names in individually?
Well, I put them in all at once. So I hit Katie, return, Kelly, return.
So go OK.
Okay.
There, and then go on to the next screen, set.
Set.
And then you can take Katie and you can move her up a little bit and just keep nudging everyone up. And just
so edit,
gray centered.
move, and then you would just move it. You could click on it to move it. I don't do good with that. I do better using these arrows to go.
And then
okay, there you go.
Take a look at what the up and down arrow on the right says. It says 1.76. So you're 1.76 inches away from the center. So you just want to make sure that Avery matches that from the center away.
Okay, there we go. Oh, there we go. We're learning something, everybody. And so that means I'll keep gray in the middle. Lucky for me, I have 5. And I'm just going to eye judge it and just move it down a little, maybe one more up. And then this one, I guess, maybe
what was Buddy set at?
Buddy? Buddy is at minus 0.85. Okay, so there I'll go.
And if it doesn't look right to your eye, just adjust it.
Yeah, because sometimes the letter Y goes down. Yeah, so just
check gray too. Make sure he's actually in the center.
In gray.
He's not. He's a little bit up.
Oh, he is. He's at
so
0.07. So center him.
There you go.
Okay,
that looks
now.
Better. Yep.
Okay. So if you want to stretch it out to make sure people will see all your grandchildren's name, or you could make this, you could make this for your daughter and they call her mommy. It would say mommy or mom, and then put her children's name. They will love that, right?
Just don't forget one of the names.
Right. Don't forget. No, I almost spelled Gray wrong. I put in Gary.
Gary.
Yeah. No, that would have been no. I would have been.
And you probably should leave space for another name.
Yes, I do. I know. There's another one on the way. So I won't worry about it here, but I'll leave space on my sleeve for more. Yep. We might need space for 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 more. Oh. That would be wonderful. That would be fun, right? That would be a lot of fun. I have 4 kids. Kathy has 3. So PJ, you should have at least 3. It is harder than you ever thought it was going to be, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
With the kids, it is it is much harder. Yes. My husband always said, well, when I was given birth to my youngest, Tommy, my husband was talking to the doctor and he said, I want 6 kids. I went, what? No. But he always wanted 6 kids. Yeah. So I don't think I could have handled everything.
I think 1 is hard.
Yeah. And that's even when I was pregnant with Tommy. You know how people that everybody said, how are you going to handle this? They kind of said it to you kind of mean. And I would just say, I don't know. And their whole attitude would change, and they'd be like, you're going to be fine. You're going to be able to do it. Don't you worry. But I think it was me responding to them like, I have no idea how I'm going to handle all of this. And but we did good, right? Yeah, we did. So 4 was a good number. Yeah. So if each of my kids has 4, then I'll have 16 grandchildren.
16. That's a good number.
Yeah. So that would be wonderful. Okay, we're going to go up to the table to show them how to hoop it. Okay. Because Linda taught me. I hope. Wonder if Linda's on. So we'll just see if Linda's on. Linda, if you're on, just say I'm here. And that was wonderful of her, because honestly, I was I think it takes about 35 minutes to get to where the quilt show was, and she drove to the quilt show to help. She said, Gloria, that was painful last week. And I just think I wasn't thinking, and I was tired and everything else. Okay, so what she showed me to do is, so I have my sticky stabilizer in my hoop, and then I marked the center from 0 to 0. Remember last week we positioned the sticker right in the center. So I put 0 in the center, okay? And she said, draw it dark so you can kind of see it through the wrong side, because you may need to see that. Okay, now I'm going to set this aside, and I'll show you how she said to mark it. I kind of put my markings on. So I put my names in the center of the sleeve, which put the center of my names here. Okay, remember that. I want the center of my names like that. So when I reach out, I can see their names all the time. Okay. I'm gonna turn it. Ooh. I got pins in here, but I'll show you why I have pins in. Now she turned it. She marked hers from the wrong side. So she turned it, which I marked mine from the right side. You don't want to do that because you might put a permanent mark. So she says, no, no, no. She does hers from the wrong side. Okay, so she took it and folded it in half. So we're going to kind of smooth it, fold it in half. Now this time, this sweatshirt, I went with a medium, which is pretty big. I think it's more like a men's medium, okay? But still, the ribbing at the bottom, I don't like that. I like a shirt like this one. I like it to hang loose like that. So
they were asking about the shirt.
Yeah.
So the color of it, it's pink. It's definitely pink.
Pink,
Yeah.
yes, yes. But I like it. I
Yeah.
like the fuchsia pink. I like the length of it. So this one is a medium, which normally I do by large. And large will fit me just like this. Like just, yeah, give me a little room. So I don't like anything to cling to me.
Mm-hmm.
So this medium is more like a large.
Mm-hmm.
So if you, like we have a Talbot's that's only a mile away from here. So that's where Joni and I go. And so mediums often are too small for me there. Most of the time, you know how it fluctuates with the top. And so most of the time I just order large because I like it to not cling. I like to have room. But it is cute. It has a pocket. See, I was looking for something with a pocket. I like cotton, so 95% cotton, and I guess 5% maybe Lycra to give it the stretch. So it's really comfortable. It is a French terry. French terry has a different look on the back, but it's just a little bit thicker than jersey knit. And so it doesn't cling to you. I hate tops that cling to me. So, and we are going to.
The sleeve length is like a nice.
I love this. I love this sleeve length. Yeah, I don't like my arms. So I like this sleeve length. And I have big arms and it's not too tight. That's another thing that I have to watch out for is if I buy if I end up buying a medium, then most of the time the sleeves are too tight.
Yeah.
But this is not too tight. It's really comfortable. Really, really comfortable. So I think you'll really like it. And you put a special price on it, didn't you? $34.99.
Yeah.
You know, and I said at first, I'm always looking for really inexpensive things. But then I said, you know what? Here I am buying my tops at Talbot's. And aren't they it isn't unusual for a t-shirt top to be like $70. And then you get it on sale for like $53. And I buy it. And so what am I thinking? So to get this top at what, $34.95, I think is a good deal. Yeah. So we want to do more of this. We want to find more clothing that maybe you'll just buy and wear it, or you want to add a little embroidery to it.
Should we ask the audience, like, what do they like in
Yeah,
a,
what do they
in a
like?
top?
Yeah, so also V-neck. That's what
I've
that
heard.
other sweatshirt, the one behind, has a V-neck. It's sold out instantly. And get this, 110 people were on the wait list. And I called the company and they said, no, it's been discontinued. And I said, well, I have 110 people that would like to buy it. And they told me they had priced it wrong. So they will never make that sweatshirt again because I guess they lost money on it. So those of you that were able to grab that one, I mean, still, I said to them, bring it out again. It's such a cute style. It has pockets and a V-neck. So V-neck is slimming. Okay, so that's another thing that I want to try is I want to turn this sweatshirt. I'm going to take the ribbing off because look how long it is. So I think it's going to be long enough. I'm going to take the ribbing off and I'm going to like put a slit in the side. Okay, maybe not, because my other thing is I would like to add pockets on each side, just inside pockets. And so I would do a pocket in the same fabric as GAM. Wouldn't that be cute? And
so
then
about the fabric, that's what kind of fabric did you use for the lettering?
Oh, no, the lettering is just quilter's cotton. I use the Wander Lane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Looks
so
really good.
I love, it's just really cute fabric.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
somebody was asking about puffy.
Oh, yeah, to make it puffy.
I guess.
Now, see, Tommy does that in fact, I think they're there, the puffy bird, and Kimberbell does it too. So the first tack down is where you tack down the batting. And, okay, so this one, he did the nest without the batting inside. Okay, where'd it go on this one? Okay, so on the nest, this one right here. So here he did it with the batting inside, but
let's see if I can get a good shot.
The tack down of the batting is a little smaller than the fabric. So that's a new challenge for us. So the first tack down for the batting would be, I'm going to say maybe a little more than 1/8 of an inch smaller than the fabric. So first the tack down would be for the batting. Then you'd have a bigger tack down for the fabric. So that's how that's done. If any of you have been following along with the Kimberbell projects, that's how all of hers are done. The tack down of the batting is a little smaller than the applique piece to make sure that your applique fabric covers the batting. You don't want that to be the same size because then the fuzzy batting might peek out in between your stitches. So that's a new challenge. That's a new one to try. But I know many of you are up to that. If you do want to make the letters puffy, you could just try it.
And then a few people were asking about vinyl. Have you done this with vinyl?
Wait, yeah, the glitter vinyl. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's right. We have those sets of glitter vinyl. This would be really cute. Yeah. We'll show that we have so many products now. We can't show them all on our favorite things. Yeah. So, but we do have, it's 20 sheets of glitter vinyl, and at 20 different colors, and it's at a really, really good price too. So maybe if you put glitter
in the search,
maybe it would pop up.
I could load it in.
Yeah. See if you can add it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So. What we're going to do here is, and do I have my pins? So I have pins and I have a marking pen ready. Okay, I'm going to fold. So here's the front. Now I've already marked mine. So, okay, so you're going to take, so this is what Linda does. Okay, she takes the top of the sleeve to the top of the sleeve and she pins it. And then takes the neck to the neck and pins those. See, we're trying to find the center. Okay, we're going to pin that. And then same thing, the side. And so I'm going to get the underarm to the underarm and pin it. And we'll go the side seam to the side seam.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, now this sweatshirt is 60% cotton, 40% polyester. So as long as it has a lot of cotton in it, I'm comfortable in it. But if that has any acrylic in it, I put it on and I just feel clammy. That's how I feel. I'm so uncomfortable. I have to go home and change and donate that top to charity because I'm so uncomfortable in it. Okay, so let's see here. I'm kind of rumpled up in here. Okay, so I got my pins in. Okay, then fold it in half. Now I put pins, I marked it from the right side, but so what I did, oh, look, oh, no, we're fine there. Okay, so we're going to smooth it. And then I took an iron and I ironed a crease in to the center. Then I opened it up. So I'm going to take my pins. So imagine.
Can I shift you a little bit over towards the center?
Yes.
So we can see.
This way.
Yeah,
okay.
That way.
Okay, and I can be like this for them too. Okay. I got a pin in here that wants to jab me. Okay, so I'm going to take my pins. So see, I marked mine with the right side facing out. So that's why I put pins in, because I was like, that's not going to help me. So I put pins in and I connected the pins. So do it from the wrong side. Turn it inside out. And you're not going to believe how easy this is going to be. So, okay, and I'm going to... So you won't have to put the pins in. I wasn't thinking again when I did it. I hope Linda, she said, oh, Gloria, this is... But it was, we were in the middle of the quilt show when she was teaching me. And there, okay. So then, there's one more pin. Okay, so where the crease was, that was my center. And I took my ruler on the wrong side, so I don't have to worry about my friction pen making a mark. So you're going to have a crease, and you're going to take your ruler, and you're going to draw a line straight down. Now you need, okay, so she said that it is like industry standard to go down 2 inches. See what size your letter is. I left it over there. So I'm just going to run real quick and write down the size of the letter.
Sure.
Okay. So embroidery. There's my GAM set. So it is 4.34. Okay. Now, she and I both felt when I put it on that it was too high up, just a little bit too high up. So who knows? I'm thinking because those letters are so big, but see, that's what's trending now. If you follow Instagram, you'll see these letters this big. My daughter-in-law, Maddie, she's very into fashion. I said, all my ladies thought my letters were too big. She said, no, this is what they're wearing. So I said, okay, I'm going with what you say. Okay, so we will, instead of 2 inches, I decided that I thought 3 inches. So from the crew neck, 3 inches. My letters are 4.3. So half of that will be the center. So 2 and an eighth, we're going to say. 2 and an eighth. So 3 inches, and then 2 1/8, right around there is where the center is. And I marked that, okay, just with a little mark. And then I took my ruler and I lined up just any line. I drew the line straight down, lined up my ruler line with any line, and that would be my straight edge to give me the right angle. And I marked it nice and big. Okay, now we're still inside out. And we are going to, okay, now I tell everybody it's best to have the bulk of your sweatshirt. So if you're doing like a really thick Columbia sweatshirt, you don't want the heavy part of the sweatshirt over here, because this could prevent your hoop. You know, it's having a hard time moving, and it might be hanging off the table, and it's having a hard time moving. You want the heaviest part of the sweatshirt to be right along the arm, which is on the side of the bracket. So I want the heaviest part of the sweatshirt to be, I want the neck to be along the bracket, on the bracket side. So I am going to take my hoop, leave it there, take this line, okay, then and then I keep referring to Linda, so that was really nice of her to come teach me. Okay, so first I want to take the center, and I've got the line. I'm going to line it up here. Okay, and then I've got my line, and I just keep going. Okay, I've got my sticky stabilizer in my sticky hoop. I got the line here. And go. Now I feel a lump there. So let's go here. Oh, look at my neckline is on the wrong side. So try again. So here. So you know, I thought I had it right, but I didn't. So go here. That's just if you're working with a really heavy sweatshirt. Okay, so there, I'm going to try it from the other side. There, reach in and smooth that. There, I might want to smooth it, you know, once I flip everything, but I'm feeling with my fingers and I feel a lump,
So
and I'll check it later.
What size sticky hoop do you have there?
Oh, 6 by 10. I really like this size. So 5 by 7 wouldn't be big enough.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 by 7. I really like the 6 by 10. Like I use hard to hoop things, towels, 5 by 7, 5-inch wide. If you want to put a big monogram on a towel, 6 by 10 is the size I really like. But you may want more than one. But I would, if this is your first sticky hoop, I would go with the 6 by 10. But they do make them every single size. So. Or at least I think so. Maybe not 9.5 by 9.5, or
let's see,
10 5/8 by 10 5/8.
Let's
but
see.
PJ's checking the sizes.
I'm gonna check.
Now here I'm gonna take it and roll it back. So I'm gonna peek and make sure that this is on the line. So see, there's my line. Isn't this great? Aren't you glad Linda came to the quilt show? Because look at this. It's okay. So here, so I'm doing it. So I'm ready. Okay, now this is your other challenge, is look at how it's all bunching up. Okay, I got a little bit of a bubble there, but I think I'm okay. I'm just gonna smooth it. Okay, you said you brought over the spool huggers.
Spool huggers, yeah.
Yeah, oh, there they are. Okay, good. Okay, so you are gonna take your package of spool huggers, which normally prevent your spools of thread from unwinding. And so just take one of them, and you could use that to hold your fabric. Okay? Linda thought of that too. So there. So I'll just put a couple of them. I'm going to stay with it no matter what, but this is going to help me, you know, in case I want to play with my phone while it's sewing and I turn away. I got a new car where I got a Subaru Forester, because Kathy Kimberbella's son-in-law is a district manager or something for Subaru. And I thought, you know, I would die if one of Kathy's relatives didn't buy a baby lock from me. So I bought a Subaru, but it has all the features. And if I don't keep my eyes on the road, it goes beep, beep, keep your eyes on the road. So yes, it does. Has a little sign, and it's like beep, beep, and you look down, it says, keep your eyes on the road. Oh, okay. Okay. But that's what I wanted. I wanted a car that had all the safety features. So I absolutely love, I feel safe in it. And I had my other car, when I was on the turnpike, I just didn't feel safe. Okay, we're looking good. All right. So I
So
think
in the bubble right now is the 6x10
sticky.
sticky hoop.
Yeah,
That's your preferred one for this?
that is.
Yeah.
So you know, they make them in all the different sizes. I guess it just depends on what you're going to do. But I would say the smallest I would want to go. So what are the sizes? Can you click on it?
Yeah, so I can click on.
I know there's 10 5/8 by 16.
I have it in here as a, so you can choose from any of the sizes. These are all
Okay,
for
so
this
there's
list.
even 9.5
4 by
by
4, 5
nine.
by
Oh yeah,
7,
9.5 by 9.5. That'd be a
9.5 by
nice
9.5.
one. 8 by 8 would probably be a nice one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get I would say start with the 6 by 10. That's the one I usually grab. And I think Kathy also uses that for her Kimberville projects. She likes the 6 by 10. But they do a 4 by 4 if you're going to do a man's shirt. They call them left chest embroidery. So a 4 by 4, you don't want to be hooping those performance fabrics because sometimes your hoop makes a permanent mark on your fabric. So a sticky hoop is really good.
What I'm going to do is I'll leave this one up for a little bit and they can select which one they want, but then we'll go through each one individually.
Do we need to sew it or do you think they got it? Okay, the other thing is
we can sew it, but the 6 by 10, I'll just put that one back in because that's the one we're using.
So the other thing I would do is I opened up the sleeve to do this. So I just slid it open and but I definitely would put it on and I would mark on the sleeve where you want it so you don't end up with yours right here like mine is. And I wouldn't even I want to see it when I reach my hand out. So I don't want it over here either, right at the center of the sleeve. I don't want it there. So that's where I put mine and it's over here. So I want it there. So you decide where you want it. Okay. All right. So we've got our sticky and maybe we should slide this on just so they could see. Maybe I think I'm going to bring a couple more of the spool huggers with me because I see another spot where I should have one. In fact, this big thing right here. So it'll hold this, help me hold it aside so I can blink and not worry. Okay, so we're looking good. And I guess, so whenever you're ready, Steve, I can go sew and whatever you want to do, or if you want to, I know Steve's got plans.
We'll come whenever you're ready.
Now the crew neck sweatshirt, show them that one. Yeah. So that we have it in pink. Oh, I'll get the colors right here. Now, so I have them. My supplier ships them out next day. So I can get more of these. I'm pretty sure I can get more of these. They just came in today. So if I order them tonight, I'll be able to get more. So we're not going to worry about the quantity that we have in there. If it goes to wait list, I will definitely go and add more to it. And I'm going to order them right when the show is over. I'll get on and order them. So the colors of the sweatshirt are, there's a teal. Do we call it teal? Yeah, we did call it teal. So remember, they are men's sizes, so they're bigger than the women's. So the women's medium is more like a large, but like I said, I don't like the ribbing at the bottom. I don't want anything holding me right there. So I would like to remake the sweatshirt and take off the ribbing and just put a hem in. And then I would like pockets in it. So I think that's a good one for Serger Saturday, to take a crew neck sweatshirt and turn it into more like I would call this kind of like a tunic, but it isn't too long. Some of the tunics are really long. So take a crew neck sweatshirt and give it a little more style. And so we will do that on one of our Serger Saturdays. I do like the V-neck. I like this one. It's not too low. It's just the right size. So I really like this top. It's like at a diagonal, so it makes you look thinner. right?
You look so skinny.
Steve says I look so skinny.
Go eat something.
Yeah. Yes. All right. Should I go sew?
These are in stock, and then we have a large order of those crew necks coming.
Yes.
So
yes.
those are going to be available.
Mm-hmm. And so anyhow, the teal, and then we have navy. It's a dark navy, and then this pretty rose color, which I love. I like the teal too. I love both of those. So pretty colors. Yes. Oh yeah, if I want, somebody said I could use the same fabric that I use for GAM, and I could add, like, what would you do? Add a ruffle, or even just a plain piece if you don't want a ruffle. A plain piece at the bottom of the sweatshirt to give it a little more length. I think that'd be cute. And wouldn't it be cute to open up the sides and add a pocket? And who cares if the inside of the pocket shows a little bit? It's gonna match my letters. So I think we gotta do it. That is definitely a project for Serger Saturday. So I don't know whether we'll do it tomorrow. They're still working on Sarah's pants made out of a throw. Yeah, and she loves them. She loves them.
Somebody brought up to me was a sleeping bag.
A sleeping bag.
A sleeping bag made into a jacket.
Oh yeah.
So it would be interesting.
Yes.
They take like your Powerpuff Girls or your.
Yes, well, that's really popular right now, is really puffy jackets, puffy purses. Yeah, that's really, really popular. So that's a really good idea. And you remember Taylor Swift had on a jacket made out of a football jersey, her boyfriend's football jersey. So, okay. So I'm going to go sew while Steve talks to you.
Yeah.
Okay. I got my fabric here. I already have the featherweight hot fix on the back of it. I'm going to take it over. This time, I'm not going to sew it with light blue thread. I'm going to sew it with navy blue, that real pretty blue. Okay.
Go. Yeah. Well, you know. Yeah.
Oh, let's go sew first.
Go sew for a second. Yes.
We're gonna watch you sew for a minute.
Okay. Okay. When I bring this in, I gotta get all this bulk under the foot. Okay. And then here. So remember, my sweatshirt is still inside out. I probably should have taken the tag off. So, okay. There, we're gonna smooth it. Okay, I've got the spool huggers to help me, but I still need to smooth it. Okay, so there's GAM. It's going in the right direction. We're good. All right, so I'm gonna go to embroidery, and it's gonna do the straight stitch first. So we're gonna start to sew. Stopped it. Okay, went in a different direction than I thought. So I'm gonna slide that up. Make sure, okay. There, at that, it's still gonna go a little up from there. So you gotta stay with it. But the sticky stabilizer really helps. And yeah, well, refill pack or a roll of it. So you could cut your own, but the refill packs are really nice. Now it always goes over your tack downs twice. So if you're in a hurry like I usually am, I would stop it and advance to the next color. Okay, it's gonna stop pretty soon. And jump. I don't know where it's going next. The middle, I think I'm okay. But if it was going down here, I would stop the machine and smooth my fabric again. So now it's doing the A. Here's the center of the A. Now it looks like, so the A, there's my center. And see how it's kind of off center, but the M is wider than the other letters. So that's why that center of the A is not in the center. So just go for it. I like the size of the letter. I forget what size I did before, but this size looks to me like a little bit smaller. Now it's going to jump. Let's let it jump and then stop it. So I stopped it. Now I'm going to smooth it. You don't want your shirt to get caught on that needle threader. Now I've got the G. So now I know where it's going to start sewing, so I know what to be ready for when it goes to do the tack down. Now if you wanted to, you could do your fancy fill with I would go for a silver metallic. So, okay, and I dropped my fabric. Oh, thank you. Okay, so there. Okay, have to smooth that aside. Position. Hopefully I have a big enough piece. I do. Okay, trying not to waste it, but sometimes when I'm trying not to waste it, I end up not covering everything. So, okay. So I'm smoothing that aside. My spool hugger isn't holding my shirt far enough away. So maybe I'll go here. Get that. Okay, we're good. And start. So I would do, you know, when I do the redo of the sweatshirt, I would cut off the ribbing, put a hem in, or add a piece to it. I would do that on the serger. I would hem it with a cover stitch. And then add the pockets. I would make my pockets with the serger. So it's a really good serger project. I could even wave stitch the bottom of the sweatshirt, you know, with like pink and blue like this. But the challenge is gonna be, I do like the V-neck. I'm just gonna go on YouTube and see if anybody has put directions on how to turn a crew neck into a V-neck. Okay, we're looking good. Now I see, I'm gonna stop it there because I see my thread fraying. I'm gonna lift my foot and pull. How much did it fray? Not very much. It looked like it was gonna fray. Okay, so I'm just gonna rethread that needle. And thread. Okay, and sew. Oops.
I think we don't have to go all the way through if you don't want to. I mean,
yeah,
we
well,
got it
you
last
guys
time.
can.
Do you
Yeah,
wanna
they
go- do
they
you wanna
know
jump
what I'm
over to-
doing. Jump over to
Serger?
Steve, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll jump
So
over
all I'm
to
gonna do
Serger.
is tack down and then trim.
All right.
Can you
Yeah.
cut your letters with a scan and cut? I bet you could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming
so,
over to you,
sure.
Steve? All right.
It is
What do you got over here?
April is National Serger Month.
Serger
So with that, I said I want to show the Triumph like every day because why not? Because it's National Serger Month. So this is our Baby Lock Triumph. It's our top of the line serger that does both overlock and cover stitch. Now, people ask, what's overlock, what's cover stitch? So if you think about it, like overlock is going to do all your inside seams. And then cover stitch is...
Sure.
I'm going to get him to turn off my microphone.
Sure.
Because I'm not making too much noise.
Okay.
Okay.
And then your cover stitch machine is going to finish off the edges of your seams. So do your hems and things like that. But we were at Baby Lock Tech, and I have a thing for pillows. I like to make pillows. So these pillows, let's see, if I put this down, where do you want this, PJ? Right here?
Sure.
Let's turn it this way.
While I was getting PJ to turn off my microphone,
yeah, let's hear.
I sewed my ribbing under my letter.
Oh no.
All I have to do is get my snips and get out of there.
Oh, okay.
So I'll just go do that. But just know that was my fault. Oh, here's snips. Okay.
So these pillows.
Look at this.
I fell in love with these pillows. So this is a flat lock. Let's see. There we go. I fell in love with these pillows. It's a flat lock stitch on the pillows and then makes into pillows. I'm gonna make these, but I just wanted to, and this is my first time trying this with this flat lock. So we did a few Serger techniques, but this is the flat lock stitch here. All right. When you're seaming two pieces of fabric together. And I remember when she did this, she did this with a piece of fabric and just drew lines on the back. So I'm just gonna fold this over, and I'm just trying this on the fly. So this might not work out, but we'll see. So I'm gonna fold, and I feel like this should be pressed, but that's okay. We're gonna go without pressing it.
Oh, she
so
press it.
Should I press it? Okay.
Well, I mean,
heat it up real quick.
Yeah.
So, and I'm just gonna fold that over, and I'm gonna try. So what I've done is I've set the machine up. Let's talk about what I've set the machine up for. I set the machine up for a 2-thread flat lock wide, and with these sergers, like it can do so many stitches, but we need to teach you guys what you can do with these stitches. So that's this 2-thread flat lock wide. You can use it for seaming two pieces of fabric together. So if you're doing like athletic wear and you wanted a side seam, like on a side of a pair of pants here, let's see, like on the side of a pair of pants, so that could be the side seam, or like the side of like a shirt up here, this could be the side seam here. But the thing about it is it's a really flat stitch. And when you pull on it, there is no gapping of the fabric because the fabric's like twisted, or like it's folded over oneself. So when you pull on it, there is no separation of the fabric. So she's got the iron heated up. I'm gonna fold this over and just press these in.
All right.
So
watch your step.
We're making a PJ work today with this. So we have the Serger on special, especially the Triumph is on special right now.
I should put the Triumph up in the bubble. And I'll just park it on the Triumph for a second. Look at that.
So we're going to try this twice here.
All right. Ooh, look at that machine.
And the Baby Locks are hands down the best serger out there. I know there's some other brands that are trying to replicate the Baby Lock sergers, and they are not the same. As much as they try, I don't feel like they're going to be able to do it. So, so what I've done is I've set it up for the 2-thread flat lock wide. Now the thing about the 2-thread flat lock wide is that when we follow this chart, the upper looper is still in play, but we use this thing called the subsidiary looper, and it just tricks the machine to thinking that there's thread in the upper looper. So I've got it set up for that, and I have maxi lock stretch in the looper thread just to try it out to see if it fills in. So we're gonna give this a run here. So I'm gonna close up the doors, and the blade is also down with this stitch, and we're just gonna serge up the edge of this folded fabric, and we're gonna see what happens here. So I'm gonna give it a go here. Oh, you know what? I don't think I'm wide enough. Let me make this wider. 7.5. Yeah, let's go there. Try again. Okay, so I've done the stitch like this.
This is the fun part, right?
This is the fun part.
Okay.
I've done the stitch like this, and when you pull this open, let's see how it does. Yeah, there, yep, that works. So I've got a little bit of,
How does that look to you?
it looks good. I feel like I need to play with it more because I've got the fabric folded in there. Let me try this side, see if I can do it better here. Let's try it right there.
Is it not laying flat?
I think I had the fabric too close inside. Let's try this here. So I serged it so I wasn't sewing into the fabric as much. And then let's pull this one open. I feel like that's better.
Yeah, that looks good.
Isn't that a neat look?
Yes.
So imagine like a pillow done like that with
gold
these
metallic
gold
thread.
metallic threads, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But because I just fell in love with these pillows. Chris Tryon, if you ever get a chance to watch any of her videos, Chris Tryon is the one who did these. And I'm gonna make a pillow sample like that. But that's just our 2-thread flat lock wide. Just one of the techniques you can do with your sergers. There was another stitch that I wanted to show you guys today that I haven't really played with much. And it is a, whoop, there's money in here, PJ.
Money.
They put money in the quick reference guide. There's quick money in here.
What is this?
So Baby Lock is offering a $500 rebate with the Serger. So it's a Visa gift card that'll be sent to you. Plus, there are $250 in Gloria bucks up for grabs for you to. This it's good money for you to get with the Serger. So that's $750 rebate coming back on the Baby Lock Serger, and they reduced the price of the Serger from $59.99 to $49.99. But then there's also a bundle that's available. If you want to learn more about the bundle, just give me a call and we can talk about it.
So they get how much in a rebate?
$750.
$750.
Yes. Yep.
So
Yeah.
$49.99. So it's really like $42.50.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So the is this 3-thread overlock narrow hem. And when Gloria was talking about like finishing up that sweatshirt to seam it back together, if you open up the sleeve, the Serger's the way to go. But this made a beautiful finish on the edge of this fabric. So I'm going to set it up for this. So when you're working with your Serger, and we have the new overlock table on, so it just creates a platform for the machine, but you can still cut your fabric, and then the clippings fall down in this little opening right here. So that's a new table, and this comes in the bundle. So if you decide to get the bundle with your machine, that's going to come with it. So I'm just going to open up our doors. I'm going to go ahead and snip all the threads. I gave my scissors away. Let's find another pair of scissors. Here, just for a second. Just for a second here. Let me just clip these. Okay. There we go. Okay. Yep, we'll share. So I clipped all the threads up top. I'm going to go ahead and lift the foot. The threads from here, I'm just going to pull forward, and the threads from here, I'm just going to pull forward, and then you should be able to grab them out the back here. Let's see. Here they are. So we'll just pull them out the back. So I want to set this up for this 3-thread overlock narrow hem. So to do that, we're going to follow what it says on the base of the machine right here. If you haven't used your Serger in a while, or you're just first learning to use a Serger, use this as a resource for threading. So we're going to thread our looper threading. So we're going to raise our presser foot. So that's right out here. We're going to raise our presser foot up. We're going to gauge the threading level to threading positions. We're going to put that down into threading. Number 3 says turn hand wheel to engage threading tubes. We're going to turn this. And next thing is we're just going to follow this chart to set it up here. So we have 3 threads up here. So we have overlock needle 1. That's the position that we're in there. And then we have 2 looper threads. So I'm going to take this maxi lock stretch off for now. You know what? No, we're down here. Sorry. We're at this one. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm going to use that as the upper looper, my maxi lock stretch. We'll give it a try. And then we're going to use just another regular cone here for this. Okay. So we're going to start, I'm going to start with the blue one here. So that's this thread here. So we're going to go up here for our lower looper. We're going to snap it down into this thread guide, come straight down. I'm going to pull about 18 inches. I have a little more here than that. Well, a lot more. Let me grab a pair of scissors.
Scissors.
I'll grab a pair. There's something right here. We're good. Our favorite purple-handled scissors. We're going to take that thread. And if you have this serger at home, if you're at all like anxious or intimidated by doing it, just follow the chart and just try setting up and just try different stitches. Once you get comfortable with this threading part, like there's so much you can do with this serger. Even like if you're putting a quilt backing together and you want to seam your quilt backing together and just finish off that edge, run it through on the serger. You want to make pillowcases for Christmas, run it through on the serger. I'm going to grab these tweezers too.
Sure.
Sorry. Okay.
All right.
The thread it shot right back here behind the looper, and I just couldn't grab it, so I'm just going to use these tweezers just to pull it out. Normally, we don't even have to use tweezers with our serger, but it's sometimes nice to just have a pair handy. So we're going to clip that to about the length of the machine. You're going to let that thread just hang right down there. Now we're going to do the upper looper, but our subsidiary looper is still over here, so it's not going to come out through that looper. So to take that off, you're just going to grab this here. You're going to pull it to the left and just swing it up over. When you want to use it, you pull it to the right and swing it up over. So we're just going to take that off for right now. We're going to grab our upper looper thread. And this is going to go in this slot here. Yep, it's going to go this slot here. Come straight down. You're going to take the end of this, and we're just going to tuck it down in the upper looper spot port. There it goes. So there's our upper looper. I'm just going to send that one out through the throat of the machine. You have this big opening here with the serger. Sergers, you're not able to normally put your hand through here to pull that out. You're usually fighting with a real small opening. This is like 5 inches to the right of the needle, so you have a big space there for projects. And then let's do our needle threads. So the needle one is this one's gonna skip this guide here, and we're gonna go to this far left one. So we're gonna go here, snap that down. We're gonna come straight down, over, up and over. And this one, you cut to about the length of the machine. If you have like yards and yards of thread you're trying to pull through the eye of the needle, you're gonna struggle. So just all you need is just about the length of the machine there to go through the eye of the needle. Now I'm gonna put the foot down just to give us a little more room. You're gonna engage your needle threader, and we're going to hold that thread right down by the eye of the needle here. And it just sucks it through there for us. So that one, we're just gonna pull that back out, and this one we're gonna go back through the throat of the machine there. So now the next thing on our cards here, we want stitch length between 2 and 4. So think length lower. I'm gonna take this off for a second so we can see. The lower knob is your length, so think LL, lower length for your knob, and we want that between 2 and 4, so I'm going to put it right on a 3 there.
Better over here.
That side?
Go. Yep. Let's go for it.
So there's our length, lower knob, it's right on 3. And then the top one, it says width 7.5, so I'm going to put it on 7.5 right there. Stitch selector A is up here, so that's on A. What else is on the card? We want our blade up. I had the blade down, so it says lock right up here. We want to turn that back up, so I'm just going to turn that this way. The blade's going to stay down until you turn the hand wheel, and then that blade's going to come right back up, and there's our blade. So I'm going to put this back on, close that up, and then I think we're all set here, so let's close that up. And I'm just going to finish off the edge of this piece of fabric here. And oh, I'm looking up here, and I should be looking down here. Let's do that again, because we are not doing that stitch. We are doing this stitch, and I set it up wrong. So, so just a moment, and we're gonna redo this here. So
they tell us they like that we make mistakes.
I'm looking at 3-thread overlock wide, and I should be looking at 3-thread narrow hem.
Okay.
So check with Gloria a second how she's doing over there. You're doing
She's
good over
doing
there?
good.
Good.
I
Okay.
am. I'm
Yeah.
doing
I got to
good.
switch needle
I'm just-
positions
well,
and
except
stuff here.
Okay.
when
So
I sewed, you know, the ribbing down, and I snipped away. Look at all these threads. So now I need to get my favorite tweezers. Hopefully,
I
no.
stole them.
You
There you
stole
go.
my favorite tweezers.
There you go.
So these are my favorite. So these are the Famore, and it's just because you have a whole ½ inch to grab the threads. So I've got a lot of frayed threads sticking out. So, oh, I thought I'd just be able to pull them and they'd come out. I guess because I stitched over them. So this is what I do here. So I'll take this with my left hand, hold on to the thread, and and then snip it away. So that's it. I was hoping that this would be easier and I could just, oh, well, there's one I pulled out. Okay. Now here's another one here. I want to get those out of there before I sew. So let's see. Oh, that one came out. I'm all right. Okay, but there's still a couple more here. So this is why you need the tweezers. You need them to help you snip away and pull out, snip away the threads, you know, so you can hold it with the tweezers and get your squeezy snips in there really close. I'm trying to get my squeezy snips. I'm looking okay. I think I've got a little bit more to snip out. So, I mean, we always felt like if you know how to
I'm
use your
sorry.
cutting machine.
I should have given you a microphone.
Oh.
But that's okay. I was standing close enough, I think,
Okay.
that they heard.
Okay. Oh, good. Okay. I forgot. I just didn't want. They would have heard me snipping the whole time Steve was talking. So I just have a little bit more to go. But I tried cutting machines, you know, and it took me longer to get everything set up than it did to just cut the fabric with my snips. So that's why I gave up on the cutting machine. But maybe, you know, that might be something I want to learn later.
I feel like we gave up too soon. We wanted to just to sewing, and we didn't want to mess with it, and we didn't take the time to learn. I think if we invested the time to learn, we'd be better with it. But we can look at this.
We can go back
again.
to it,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like I am ready to slide back in. So whenever you're ready,
I'm
Steve,
ready.
He's ready.
So-
Okay, so I'm gonna.
So we are on this stitch, 3-thread overlock narrow hem, and what it's going to do is going to roll that edge under to finish off the seam. And when I did this stitch this morning, I was like, I have to show everyone this stitch because it turned out so good, because it's a rolled edge. So anytime there's a little R after the length, you're going to change. You're going to take your length knob and you're going to go to the rolled side. So you're going to find the zero. The zero's loose, and you're just going to go through the zero over to the rolled hem side. And that's where we want this to be. So it says it gives you the whole range from 0.75 to 4. I'm going to say, let's just set it at maybe 2.5. That's kind of a standard stitch length. And then on here, our width should be set at 3. So there's our 3. So do you know why there's two numbers next on this width knob? There's like 5.5 and 3 right next to each other. And there's sometimes it's a bigger number, 7.5, because there's 2 needles. And right now we have the needle in the right position. So it's 3 millimeters from the blade to the needle in the right position. When it's a bigger number, you're talking about the left needle, because the left needle's in, and it's like 7.5 millimeters from the needle to the blade. That's why there's 2 numbers next to each other, just because there's 2 needle positions. And sometimes you have 2 needles in, sometimes you have 1. So we're going to put it right on the 3. And then stitch selector C, and I think we're all good. So let's give this a try. So let's put this back on. Oop. So I can't close the door because we didn't go back to serging. So we're going to do that. And let's give this a try here.
worth doing.
Let's see. So we got I got some puckering on it. So I'm gonna make that I'm gonna bump down our differential feed. So it's always good to run like a test sew off on something. So I run this test sew and it's like puckered up there. So I'm gonna bump this all the way down in our differential feed, and we're gonna run that again. So I'm gonna run the other side and see how we do here. That's much better.
Let's see.
Look at I'm gonna lay it down so you can see. I don't know. I just thought it was a beautifully finished edge, and it just turned that edge of that fabric under, just ever so slightly, and it just gives you just a really nice finished edge on something. That is the 3-thread overlock narrow hem. That's a mouthful. 3-thread overlock narrow hem. But you can see the first time we did it, it's a little bit puckered there, but I bumped that differential feed all the way down, because on the front of the machine here, there's like a picture showing that arrow's pointing outward this way. So I know if my fabric is puckered, I wanted to pull it out this way, like the picture shows. So that's what happens when we did the differential feed. So you can see this one is nice and flat versus the bottom one.
Okay.
But that's just so we have the Sergers on special. We can ship them to anywhere. We offer free shipping, and give me a call because we can talk about it, and then we can get you a new Serger. And then I think that's all I wanted to show on the Serger right now. So
that was good.
but remember, get your rebates. It's only till the end of April that this is available. You get the Gloria Bucks and the Visa gift card. And we'd love for you to spend the Visa gift card with us, but you can get it anywhere. But the Gloria Bucks, they won't take that anywhere. You can't use that at the gas station to fill up your car with Gloria Bucks. So you can use that here though. So it's a nice opportunity.
You're right. The Visa gift card they could use anywhere.
Anywhere.
Yeah. So the
But
$500.
$500 you can spend anywhere, but we'd love for you to
Yeah,
just
we'd like you
to spend it with us. But so that's a nice opportunity. They don't offer those rebates very often, so it's a nice chance to get it. And that flat lock stitch we do that pillow. One of these days I'm gonna have a pillow all done, and I'm gonna show you guys. So yeah. So we have a couple other machines to show you. We have a really nice pre-owned, we like to call them pre-loved 6 needle over here that's available. It comes with a ton of extra hoops, more hoops than I've ever seen with the machine, because the lady who had it, she liked to have the extra hoops so she could be roaring to go for the next project. It has very few stitches on this one, but she was all set up with everything. But this is our Baby Lock Endurance. And so the 6 needle machines, you can set your design up, and if there's 6 threads or less, it'll go through that whole design without stopping, cut the threads, and just jump right to the next thread because there's 6 needles involved with this one. It has some built-in designs, and this is a previous model, but the screen goes up and down this way. So that's what when you're looking for one of these. The newest ones are going to have the screen that goes up and down as far as the ones that go horizontal. But there's built-in design. It has a bunch of built-in fonts on this machine, and these are commercial industrial machines in the internal workings, but they have our same interface that we're used to. That's easy to use. So you can pick your font, you can type out your word like we're used to. Let's go back a second here. You can it's got a monogram built in, different frames. There's a bunch of different designs. You can use that same PES format. There's a USB drive on the side, so you can bring designs in. So lots of different kind of built-in designs. And I think, which one was I stitching out? I started stitching one out, and you can see I didn't get very far on it. I only got that much done, so we'll have to finish stitching this out. But I didn't want to run it while the camera was going, because I didn't want to distract from what we were doing. But know that this one is available. It comes with a lot of, let's see, I think it was this way. It comes with a lot of extra hoops. It comes with a stand. Now this one, if you are out of town, you'd have to make a trip to come see us to get it because we can't ship this one. But it comes with a nice metal stand with it. It comes with all these hoops down here. So these are extra hoops. So it's the largest hoop that it'll take is the. Oh, okay. Let's see. The largest hoop it takes is the 8x12. Maybe I should set them all right over here. Let's do that. Let's clean the house up a little bit. You're gonna come up here? Okay. So it's gonna come with 8x3, 8x12 hoops with this one. It also comes with there's one 5x7 hoop on the machine already, and then here's another 5x7 hoop that comes with it. You're gonna get two 4x4 hoops, as well as two. These are 1 2/3 by 2.5. So like 1.5 by 2.5. You'll get these. You'll get two of those. It also comes with the cap frame. So there's the part of the cap frame that attaches to the machine, so you can do hats. And this is the one that rotates. So when you're doing a cap's like round and circular. So as it's embroidered, you need the cap to turn to get the best result. So it comes with a cap frame. And then it also comes with two jigs. So you can be stitching a hat out and you can be getting the next hat ready to go to stitch out. So you're set up to get some projects done with this. So there's two jigs that come with this one. And then also one more thing.
One more thing.
It's going to come with this set of dime quick snap hoops. So this, and this looks like it's brand new, like it's never been opened. So it's going to come with this set of quick snap hoops. And these are embroidered items like collars, cuffs, pocket flaps, decorate the entire length of a pant. Oh, wow. Even without opening the seam, really. Stitch pocket embroidery, quick and easy. Okay, monogram gloves with perfect precision. Oh, look, they've done a whole like pair of pants there. Because the machine has that free arm, so it's not a flatbed. So you're able to go around in like the inside of shirts or onesies, bags, slippers, anything that's hard to hoop. It has this free arm here that you can hoop your project. And we have a shirt that's, where's the shirt
you
that's
want to
open?
take a shirt?
Let's see, there's probably one right here.
Sure.
So when you do a shirt like this on the machine, you can use sticky stabilizer, but what you do is you put this, let's see if I can do it real quick here with this one. I loosen this up a lot. You can probably do it. So the hoops are kind of reversed from what we're used to. So normally this part is going to go inside, and then this part stays out. So this part goes inside here, like this. Let's take all this away.
Yeah. You get that stuff out of the way for you.
Sorry. We'll move that over there.
Yeah.
We're good. Let's put this up there. So this part goes inside.
Okay.
And then this part goes on the outside. So I'm going to loosen this up quite a bit. Because you got that thing called hoop burn that you don't want to do to your shirts. So let's see, that'll go inside there like this. There we go. I have it a little bit. So GAM's on there. So it's going to look really, really like crooked as I do this, but that's okay. So there. So that's how it's hooped up like this. And then we're not going to actually sew on it. Okay. But then this part goes into the machine. So then you have the free arm to go around it. So you don't have to open anything up when you do it. There isn't anything to worry about that way when you're hooping these up. So then this part slides in, and then it's ready to go and embroider, and you don't have to worry about opening up a sleeve or anything like that, because you could do the sleeve on this as well through the free arm here. So, but this is available, and it comes with a lot of extra stuff with this one too. So, and then we also have cabinets on special right now. So we have, let's see this guy, move that over a little bit. go. So we have Horn of America and koala cabinets on special. So this is one of our Horn of America cabinets. This one is the 8050. And right now we have it in sewing mode, where the custom acrylic insert is available that you can add, and the machine just drops down in, so you have this whole sewing surface to work with when you're sewing with your machine. There is a opening for thread. We just set this cabinet up so the posts we have to put in, but you have thread storage there, as well as a place to store your embroidery unit. So these are shelves that you could have shelving here, but what you can also do is you can just set your embroidery unit upright down here. It has a leaf that lifts up on this side, as well as a leaf in the back that lifts up as well. And then the neat thing about this one is that if we just turn the machine off here and we take our acrylic clear cover off, you can drop the machine down into the cabinet. So there we can lift it up. So you can lift it up, and there's a cord catcher here that keeps your cord safe, so that so it keeps your cord safe. So as you're lowering it and raising it, it keeps the cord safe. And then you could slide the embroidery arm right on here, and you're ready to go. But then if you want to drop it down into the cabinet, there's a button right here. We'll just drop it down in. So it goes down in. You can take this door, swing it around, and you can close it up here. And you can take the top plate and you can drop that on. And so you can close your cabinet up and you can tuck your sewing machine away when you're done using it. I hope many people would leave it out all the time and be sewing all the time. But if you have to sew in your dining room or something, this is a great way. So we were joking, like on Thanksgiving, it'll look like this, and every other day of the year, you'll be out sewing. So you could use it for something else too. But they're really nice, beautiful furniture. They're made in West Virginia. So anytime that anything's made here in the USA, both our cabinets, both Koala and Horn of America, you're giving a fellow American a job, a purpose, and things like that. So it's a nice. But the thing about them is they're 20% off their regular price. Plus, we're offering free in-home delivery. So they will bring it in to the room of choice. They'll take it upstairs, downstairs. So they're only offering that until April 24th. So we have about 5 days left to decide. But this is the 8050 cabinet, and this one's on special for $28.88, which I think is a really great deal. It comes in different colors. This is the Sunset Maple. We have Sunrise Maple, which is right here. Let's see, I just want this one. Just the one that's hidden underneath that I can't get to. There it is. The hardest one to get. So this is the Sunset Maple. We have Sunrise Maple, Sunset Maple. We have the gray cabinet here that it comes in, or the white that Gloria's on. She's got the white one there. Yes, there's yes. Thank you. And then,
I better watch what
yeah. And so those are options. You can call and talk to me, and we can get your order placed. But if you're looking for a place to sew that's going to be solid, if your machine's bouncing up and down or moving, you're not going to get the stitch quality that you want. You need a really solid surface. The ergonomics that help you, it's set at the right height, and you have a place for storage and things. So this is a great option. So this is the 8050. The other one we really like is this 8080, which is this gray one here. And we so this one offers drawers, which is nice for a set of drawers here. They're those soft close hinges we like, so as you close them, they're nice to soft close. When you pull this top drawer out, and we can switch to maybe the 8080. Okay. This one, this plate can go in, so there's little nubs that this goes into, and it just snaps in place here. Yep. And then there's an Outback leaf on the back. Are we too close there? There we go. There's our Outback leaf in the back there. So you have this, because if you're sewing and anything's falling down on you, it just makes it difficult. So this is a platform that gives you an extra storage space. You have the leaf in the back there. And then we're always concerned about our embroidery arms. Now, our machines, you can sew with the embroidery arm on, but if this is getting in the way for you, you can take your embroidery unit off, and it just tucks right down in here.
Let's see.
So this just tucks right down in here, and then it's stored in a safe place. So you're not going to bump it or kick it or anything in your room. So that's nice. Both the cabinets offer that storage down there. This one has the electric lift that drops up and down for you, and then it also has the thread storage, and this one has magnetic pin dishes up top to help you out there too. So nice place for your thread to go right there. The electric lifts, there's a power strip in there so you can plug everything into right down there. So you could be sewing here, you could be ironing here, so you could sew your pieces, just turn here and iron, and you'd be all set to go. The leaves on these aren't so big, so it's kind of half the length of the cabinet, so it's not taking up too much room for you back there. But just a really nice. Hey, this feels nice sitting at it actually. It does. It is nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a cabinet, or there's people that do, I tell you, it does make a difference in your sewing. It just makes it more comfortable, and we would love nothing more for you to sew more and more at your machine. So, and then when you're ready to put your embroidery unit back on, this can just go right up here, and you're ready to go. And we have really beautiful store fixtures. They're not cabinets; they're just store fixtures that we don't think they support the machines well enough.
No.
The store fixtures that we got. So we ordered new cabinets for our showroom because we wanted a better supporting platform for our machines. And so we got some new cabinets, the Koala cabinets that got delivered.
The cabinet is not shaking one single bit.
No.
No.
Because if the machine's moving the hoop and then the cabinets or your table's moving, it's just the stitches aren't going to be as good as they could be. So this just really creates a nice solid surface for your machine. So we have these, and there's more Horn of America cabinets on their website. These are just our two that we got in for our classroom here, because we kind of like these ones. But the 8080 is a little bigger. It doesn't close up in the front; it just stays open. But your machine can still drop down in. So if you want a cabinet, we can talk about it. So. But the Koala cabinets, we just got new ones in, but we don't. It's still in its box.
Yeah.
Because the freight just delivered it. So we're gonna show those
another day, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do those We'll do those tomorrow and stuff.
Okay.
So yeah.
Awesome.
But anything? Do we have anything else?
Let's check back on Gloria.
Gloria,
and
yep.
We'll sign off, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And
We can do that.
We'll call it a day.
Yeah.
Do you want to just check up on your?
This is turning out gorgeous. Should I just at least stop it?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
yeah, and then.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, there's no cutting me off. We're all good.
Just to show you how beautiful this is looking. Look at that. Look how good.
Wow.
It is. It looks really, really good.
Let me zoom out a little
You
bit.
just have to call me, Sharon.
Yeah, 412. Oh, I don't have my microphone on.
412-344-2330 option 2. So it's 412-344-2330. Does the insert have to be ordered separately? Yes, we place an insert order because people have different machines. So we do the custom insert for the machine that you have. So
Looks so good. You can even see the fancy fill. Yeah.
Gene, if you want a custom insert for your Koala cabinet, we can get one for your Solaris. Yep, for sure.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much.
We're calling it a day.
Are we on tomorrow?
We're not. We
I might
planning
pop
on it, but we can pop on.
I might pop on, surprise you.
Yeah.
Just,
okay.
Yeah.
Stay by your phones. So.
All right. Bye,
Okay.
everybody. Thank you all so much.
All right.
We'll
bye-bye.
see you maybe tomorrow.
See you soon.
If not, for sure, Monday.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.